No, 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 they dammed the river in the valley where my grandmother was born. Poured the concrete in the autumn and the fish were gone by the following morn. They said the river runs too wild, the river wastes the plain. We'll hold it back and measure it and sell it when it rains. And the silt began to settle and the bed began to dry, and the roots along the bank reached down and found the water's goodbye. And the dam held and the dam held, year after year it held. The concrete got its cracks but the engineers excelled. They patched and they measured and they called the holding strong, and downstream the riverbed forgot it was a river all along. 400 years behind the wall, the silt is thick and the fish don't call. The pressure builds and the concrete creaks, and the river underneath still speaks, still pushes, still remembers where it ran. Before the dam, before the plan, before someone said the current needs a hand. 400 years and the river still knows the land. My mother never saw the river run, she only saw the lake, the still green surface where the current used to churn before the break. She thought the valley always held its water in a bowl. She didn't know the bowl was built and the water had a soul that pressed against the concrete every second of the day. And the seep along the bottom was the river trying to say, I'm here, I'm here, I'm under every stone you've poured. I'm older than the concrete and I'll be here when it's floored. And the roots keep finding cracks. The trees above the dam keep sending roots down through the backs of every patch. The engineers are plastered on the face, and every root is pressure, and the pressure knows the place where the first pour had a bubble, where the first form had a gap. And the river sent a root through it like a finger through a map. 400 years behind the wall, the silt is thick and the fish don't call. The pressure builds and the concrete creaks, and the river underneath still speaks, still pushes, still remembers where it ran. Before the dam, before the plan, before someone said the current needs a hand. 400 years and the river still knows the land. I went to the dam last summer and I put my hand against the wall, and I swear I felt it breathing, I swear I felt it call. Not loud, not desperate, not the sound of something trying to break, just the pulse of something patient that has everything at stake. And nothing left to prove, because the water doesn't argue with the stone. The water just keeps pressing, and the pressing is its own. And one day, the concrete's gonna find the crack it couldn't patch, the root it couldn't bind, the bubble in the first pour that was there before the plan. The river's gonna run again the way it always ran, not because someone opened the gate, not because the committee changed its mind, because 400 years of pressure was the river being kind about how long it gave the dam to stand. 400 years behind the wall, the silt is thick and the fish don't call. The pressure builds and the concrete creaks, and the river underneath still speaks, still pushes, still remembers where it ran. Before the dam, before the plan, before someone said the current needs a hand. 400 years and the river's coming home. Oh, the roots keep growing, the seed keeps running, the concrete keeps cracking, and the fish downstream in the dry bed have left their bones like a promise that the current is gonna keep. silence.